Immortal Redneck. Is it worth a buy? Is it? I don't know. Let's find out. But let's read the words, guys. The words of the developer. Immortal Redneck is a first-person shooter set in Egypt with roguelite elements. Frantic gameplay, twitch controls and an arcade-style feel meet randomly generated dungeons, a complete skill tree, permanent death, and 9 classes with different traits. Yes, guys, it's a little cheapy first-person game, but it's like a roguelite game, which basically means that you die a lot. Essentially, you've got these 3 pyramids. The pyramids of Hunar Raja. Actually, it's not really, I just made that bit up. But it's 3 pyramids, and you start off by going into one of the pyramids that's open. You then meet a series of levels, and you have to get all the way to the top of that dungeon before you can unlock the next one. And getting there is pretty hard because you have a shit ton of enemies. A bit like Serious Sam kind of thing. Lots and lots of enemies. Lots of different types of enemies as well. And you have to kill all them until eventually you succumb to superior firepower and not enough first aid and die. But on your way you will have collected a shit ton of gold, hopefully, because every time you kill people or things or monsters you get gold. There's also vases that you can smash and collect the stuff that's inside them. Unfortunately though, I've smashed about 10,000 of them so far and found sweet Fanny Adams. So you're dead, you come back to life as a mummy redneck, and you then can spend your gold in the local shop, which is pretty much a skill tree. It actually is a tree as well. And in that tree you will be able to do all kinds of things, like give yourself a bit more damage, a bit more health, a bit better armor. You can unlock lots of nice stuff providing you have enough gold to buy them. You won't though. You won't have enough gold to buy them. You'll run out after you've bought about 4 or 5 things, and then you're thrust back into the pyramid, back at the very start. Whatever gold you had left is taken by the nasty bastards who own the pyramid, and so you go back in there, but you're a bit tougher than you were the last time. You're a bit meaner than you were the last time. You've got a bit more firepower, a bit more health, a bit more armor, so you get a bit further, unless you fall in the lava like a complete bell end, and then you die again and you come back to life as a mummy, and then you go back to the skill tree and you put in your gold and you spend it a bit more, because every time you die you keep what you bought the last time, so you're even more powerful and more better. But the trouble is they're a bit more powerful and a bit more better as you go higher up the pyramid, and so it goes on, guys. The grind has started. The grind has started. But grinding is good if the gameplay is good, if the shooting's good, if the controls is good, if it runs good, looks good, feels good, acts good, is good. But sadly, guys, sadly, Immortal Redneck isn't that good. That's the bloody problem. The guns are a bit shit, to be honest with you. The guns are... Actually, the guns are not a bit shit. The guns are fucking rife, guys. I might as well be throwing slices of bacon, to be honest, because they don't feel like guns at all. They're just... Pleh, 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 pleh. You know, kids' guns, the little plastic guns that fire little plastic balls and all that. It feels like that. I've never yet fired a gun that made me feel like, wow, what the fuck was that? I've had none of that in this game at all. I've had no sense of power or feedback from my weapons. It's just dead. You know when you play Quake and you're firing them guns, like you're circle strafing someone with a nail gun, there's nails flying everywhere and there's gibs coming off them and blood and brains everywhere? You get none of that. In fact, half the time you don't even know if you're bloody hitting the enemy. It's just because they flash. That's the only reason you know you've actually hit them. There's no sense of stopping with you. You know, you have a shotgun. You know, I mean, you play all these first-person shooters that have a shotgun. Somebody walks into your path and you just blow them away with a shotgun. You don't get that feel. You get nothing. You get absolutely none of that with this game. And unfortunately, that is the selling point of a game. A first-person shooter is only as good as its gunplay. It doesn't matter how good the levels are. If the gunplay is wank, then... and the gunplay is wank. Well, it's not wank. That's a bit of a over... It's not wank. It's just dead. That's the only way I can describe it. It's dead. The gunplay is just dead in this game. As you can see, it's just... It didn't really make any difference what I was firing. You know, you pick up new guns and it's like, another pleh, pleh, pleh. Oh, I've got an ank. Pleh, pleh, pleh. Shotgun. Pleh, pistol, you know, it's just, oh, this is a laser gun. It goes firing through the enemies. You can kill as many as it'll pass through. But it is still a decent game. I mean, it isn't shite, guys. Don't get me wrong. This isn't a shite game. It's just not that good, really, with the guns. I mean, another thing I didn't like about this was the scroll system. You pick up these random scrolls, and once you've picked one up, there's no way of actually getting rid of what it gives you, and it's pretty much RNG what it gives you. And some of these can be devastating. I guess that's the chance you get when you pick one up, but when you're halfway through a level and then you pick up a scroll that gives 10 times damage that you get off any shots, and well, it's not that bad, but you know, it really does hammer your damage. It totally screws your game over, and you know that you're going to die probably in the next battle in the next room, and you're going to have to start the entire thing again. And like I said to you before, if the gameplay was great fun, then I wouldn't mind starting again. I don't mind the grind, but coming back to gunplay, it's the elephant in the room, guys. It's a first-person shooter which is all about gunplay, and the gunplay is wank. It's also got X-ray vision, and I'm fucking sick of saying that about games now, but it just seems everything now has X-ray vision. This is an indie game and it's got X-ray vision in. Why has it got X-ray vision in? I'll tell you why it's got X-ray vision in. Because the developer of this game's obviously looked at AAA games and decided, hang on, they've got X-ray vision in, so I'm going to put X-ray vision in. It does absolutely nothing but spoil the gameplay, but it's in there. The good news is you can swap characters. There's 9 different characters. They're further up the skill tree and they have different powers, different abilities. Every character has an ability which is activated with the right mouse button. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. But some of them don't even rely on guns, to be honest. There's a healing guy who fires his ank and turns shit into stakes, which is what you use to heal with. You run over a stake, it gives you a bit of hit points back. So there's a lot of variation to the game. There's a lot going on. And if you don't mind the shit gunplay, then it's a pretty good game, because some of the levels are really pretty good. I think the level design's alright. On some of them there's skill required. Skill is required. There's lots of jumping, there's lots of lava, there's poison traps, there's spike traps. You've got to keep your eyes open when you're running around the dungeons. There's quite a bit of backtracking as well, but there is a map to help you if you're getting lost. I've had fun in it. It's not a bad game. I mean, this is the hard thing about it. The game isn't bad. It's just not brilliant. If only the developer would just make the guns more interesting. That's where this is lacking. If he did that, everything else, I mean, the monsters are alright. They're a bit stupid, some of them, but you know, at the end of the day, they're pretty lethal. Some of them, they fire laser beams, some fire a lot of spread, some are accurate with missiles, fireballs, arrows. There's a big variation of monsters in this, but killing them is just not that much fun. That's the problem. It's not like Quake, you know, where you just see them explode and stuff like that. There's none of that in this game at all. It's kind of like that's where he got up to when he was creating the game, and it was like, these are placeholders. So I'm going to leave it with this, guys. If you don't mind the gunplay being very limp-wristed, then grab it. But if your idea of this kind of game should be exploding the shit out of enemies and meaty guns, then don't bother, because you're not going to have that. And unfortunately, I need that in my first-person games with the shooters. I need good bloody guns, and this just doesn't have them.
Take a care of shit redneck style.